All right, it is time for part 2 of this video. So if you watched the first one, you're all caught up. Let's move on. So right now everything's locked. So these guys are all in place. But we can make some changes to them to make them a little more interesting. Some of the planets. So for example, I'm going to unlock, the planets. I'm going to take this guy. And if you double click, you can get in what's called isolation mode. So you can still edit it even if it's in a group. I'm going to hold down Alt. I'm going to make a copy of it. And on this copy, I'm going to go into my gradient options. Looks like I lost them. And we're going to do a freeform gradient. And I'm going to make this black. This black. Make a few more black ones. All right. And now I'm going to do one that's like, I don't know, let's try. It's a pink planet, so what would go good with that? Maybe like this. I'm going to add basically what looks kind of like a landmass. So think about like a continent or something like that. You can do this however you want. The more dots you have, the more you can shape it. But I don't know. It's pretty tricky to get something that looks too much like a landmass. But let's just say something like that. And then let's stick it back on top. As you can see, it just kind of replaces what we already had. So we're going to try changing the blending options on this top one. And we're going to set the opacity, instead of normal, we're going to set it to maybe like a multiply or an overlay or a soft light, kind of like that one. So there we go. Now we've got some like kind of variety on this. We could take this same shape and apply it to the other one if we wanted to and kind of see what that does. It looks like it's underneath it, so I have to go to my layers and bring it up on top. And let's pull that over. Just make it the same size. Maybe I'll rotate it so it doesn't look the exact same as the other one. Oops. Okay, so that's one thing you could do to kind of make it, just jazz it up a little bit. That's not quite in the right spot. There we go. Another thing you could do is there are, oops, I'm gonna ungroup this for now. It's bugging me. So I'm gonna delete that. Another thing you can do is there are these like effects you could play with. So I'm gonna go to effects, and then there's like stylize, 3D materials. So we could go to 3D and materials, and we could do like 3D. Let's just do materials right there. And here you can actually like make some 3D looking stuff. So like spotted concrete. And then you can set the lighting on it. So that the light source is down here. And then to make it 3D, I think you have to go into the object and choose inflate. Let's see. There we go. And if you get rid of ambient lights, it'll get rid of that area right there. So let me go over that again. Objects, inflate. Under materials, you can pick what the texture should look like. Here's a comment right there if you wanted to do that. And then under lighting, you can change the angle of the light so that it still matches the rest of them. It's like maybe I'll even do something like that. I think you can also adjust the color. So this is going to change the light color, so it'll actually like impact it. So if you wanted it to be like a different color, this is a pretty cool way to get some, obviously very realistic looking planets. And there we go. What else could you do? Okay, let's group these guys again. Control G. Oh, I have to select them with the blue dots. I forgot. Oops, what did I do? I can hold down Shift to select them all at once, and then right-click Group, and then I'll lock them. All right, now let's go ahead and try adding an asteroid. So we're going to create a shape using the paintbrush. Oh, wait. No, we're not. Forgot we can't fill that in. Let's just try creating some ellipses here, like we've done before, and we're going to combine a bunch of them to create maybe like something that kind of looks like an asteroid. So make these all like a light color that you can easily see, like white. And then you can kind of create something that looks kind of rockish. Okay, there's a little bundle of circles for my asteroid. Now select it all, and then use Pathfinder to join them into one object, so you get this. All right, now let's go ahead and try this 3D material again. So under Effect, 3D Materials, I'll do Inflate. And we can choose a material for it. There's our comet. Let's give it a second. You can make the repeat if you set it lower. Oh, nope. I know there's a way to scale this. Oh, you can change your pit size and density and depth. So if you want to play around with those parameters, you can. And then let's go into our lighting and turn off ambient light and set this down here. Wah, there we go. So now we got like a little asteroid. And maybe you'd like want this asteroid to look like it's traveling. So maybe I could give it a little tail. Let's put it up here, make it a little smaller. All right, I'm going to use the shape tool to create a rectangle. And then let's go into our freeform gradient and make these invisible again. And if I hold down Shift, I can select them all at the same time and just set these to 0. All right, now I'm going to add one here. And I'm going to do like an icy color. I don't know what that would look like. Maybe something like this. Oh, okay. And then let's take these invisible ones and repeat them. Oh, I guess I'll have to select them all and change them all to 0% opacity again. I'm using Shift to select them all at the same time. And maybe I want it to like fade away, so I'll make this one 0. It's picking some random colors, but whatever. It looks kind of cool. All right, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so here we go. That's our tail. Maybe I'll take the direct selection tool and like make it bigger up here. Oops. Oh wait, that messes with my gradient. Maybe I don't want to do that. I'll just leave it. And then maybe I'll put it behind this guy. So I'll go to my layers and just bring it down below. And you can resize it if you want to. I don't know, that looks kind of dumb. It doesn't really look like a tail, but whatever. You guys are more creative than me. What else could we do? Let's make a rocket ship. So I'll start with this, and maybe I'll take the direct selection tool, select these 2 points, round them. And then check this out. You can go up to your fill, and then choose this library. Let's choose a gradient library of metal. And we can choose like that to look like chrome. So let's just apply that. And then I'm going to edit my gradient and rotate it. And shrink it. See if this looks convincing at all. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. Wonder what that would look like radial. Pretty stupid. All right, I'm gonna go with that. Kind of looks metallic a little dark. I mean, a little bright, but whatever. Maybe this one's more simple. Let's try setting that and rotating it. Cool, that'll work. And let me go dark on this. From there, you could get a little creative, add some boosters. If you take a rectangle and use the direct selection tool, you can select a point and move it. And maybe you could add like a little window to it. So we could put a rectangle here. Use the direct selection tool to select just this point and round it. Maybe I'll make that also look like it's like reflecting. Cool, that's fine. And I don't know if you want to give it like some fins or some flaps or whatever you feel like doing. You are more than welcome to experiment with that. Some students are like, they want to create like a person, a little spaceman in a spacesuit. So feel free to do that. Direct selection tool, select these 2 points, round it, and you could do a bunch of rectangles. Create a little spacesuit if you wanted to. Change the color, and then you could select all that and shrink it down, like make it a little dude if you wanted. So yeah, just get creative and like see what else you can add that would look cool. If I wanted to like put like a mask on this, do that. Let's make that this thing. Select these 2 points. You can hold down shift to select both at the same time. Maybe I'll select these guys and round them a little bit. Maybe I'll make this like a white, sort of kind of starting to look a little bit like a spacesuit. So yeah, just create some shapes, and then remember you can, oh, it doesn't want me to be any smaller than this. You can round corners. You can use the direct selection tool to move individual points. Take that one down. There we go. You want to experiment with that, you can take paths and pull them around. And I think that's about it. So we've created our own kind of like markings. We've used some effects. We've drawn something with circles. We've created this stupid looking little tail. Got a little space, half a spaceman. Maybe he's dead. A little dumb looking space shuttle. Oh, maybe he's like, I see what the problem is. This guy is having a bad day. Okay, I got one more thing I'm going to show you before we go. Yeah, poor guy. Some students like wanted to make like a shine to their sun, so let me unlock that, ungroup it. I'm gonna make a copy of this with Alt. I'm gonna put it right back where it was. Actually, I'll do that in a second. Let me take this one. Effect, blur, Gaussian blur, nice and big. Let's put this one back. And now it's got like a little bit of a glow to it right on the edges of our sun. So let's see the final product. I'm gonna go to View, Presentation Mode, and there is our solar system. Thanks for watching, and I don't expect it to look like mine. I want you guys to get creative and do your own thing, but these are just some ideas if you want to experiment and try some stuff.